You're watching Big South basketball on ESPN+. It's the Hampton Pirates, the top scoring team in the Big South, taking on the Campbell Camels, searching for a desperate win. They have not won at home in over 2 weeks. Thank you for joining us inside Gore Arena, alongside Brian Geisinger, Evan Budrovich with you. And Hampton, the top scoring duo in the Big South. Ben Stanley and Jermaine Merrill, 47 points tonight, taking on a Campbell team with 4 players averaging 8 or more points. Brian, what style intrigues you the most tonight?
Well, really just the contrast in general, but especially the go-go pick-and-roll system of Hampton. Jermaine Merrill, top 20 nationally in both usage rate and assist rate. We'll see if they can pick up the pace against the more methodical 5-out motion approach of Campbell.
For Hampton, Jermaine Merrill, the senior guard, is the leading scorer in the Big South. How is he so effective on offense?
Pick and roll and getting to the free throw line. No one in the league draws more fouls per 40 minutes than Jermaine Merrill, and no one runs more pick and rolls than Jermaine Merrill. So he's going to try to live at the free throw line, similar to how he did the first time these two teams met up.
Merrill scored 37 in that game. For Campbell, junior guard Jakor Nelson has to be active defensively if Campbell wants to win tonight.
Yeah, both on ball and off the ball. Top 25 nationally in steal rate, a disruptor, but you'll probably see him some on the basketball as well here, taking on Jermaine Merrill in isolation and pick and roll situations for Campbell defensively tonight.
Hampton has just 1 win on the road this season, a critical stretch here in the conference standings. Campbell has 2 wins at home. How vital is this game for both teams?
Oh, this is massive, both for standings purposes heading into the conference play, postseason play, but also there's this sort of intangible value of momentum as you head out of the regular season into the postseason, trying to build this positive vibe.
The Hampton Pirates have struggled on the road this year. Just 1 road win. It came in conference play a month ago. Brian Geisinger, how can Hampton fix those woes tonight?
Well, it certainly helps to have Jermaine Merrill back in the lineup, right? He missed 4 of those road losses, so you're off to a good start there already. But yeah, I would say if you could tighten up the defense a little bit against the Campbell team that had a very good offensive performance a couple games ago against Presbyterian.
Campbell, meanwhile, they've had a tough stretch. Losses in 6 of their last 7. And here we go, Campbell and Hampton meeting for the second and final time in Big South Conference play. The Camels have just 2 home games left after tonight. Josh Lucane and Ben Stanley on the tip. And Hampton starts with the basketball here tonight. The Pirates, the top scoring team in the Big South, and the Sunbelt Rentals starting attack. Keep an eye on Jermaine Morrow, our player to watch. 25 points per game. Number 2, the senior guard. Right in the post to Ben Stanley. Going to work on Lucane. The Campbell Camels, their starting attack. Ricky Clemens, the walk-on guard, his 3rd straight start, really sparking the confidence of this team.
Yeah, the last 2 games, plus 14 with Ricky Clemens on the court, a guy defensive-minded, helps them stay solid on both ends of the court.
Here's Cedric Henderson, the sophomore guard, floating in. The shot rattles out, and Hextall in a tussle. It's a jump ball. Campbell possession.
On that first possession down here for Hampton. That first possession down here from him, we saw Morrow come off the down screen into a handoff, and you see there Hextall and Henderson going for the jump ball there. But that first possession for Hampton, though, post play for Stanley.
Here's Henderson in the post with another miss. And Oliver, the best rebounder and the best scorer for this Hampton team, an early board. These Hampton Pirates coming off a home win against Asheville on Monday night. The Camels, a 2-point road loss at Longwood, as Hextall from the elbow, no good. Lucane, the early rebound.
You see the early post double from Campbell there, trying to get the ball out of Stanley's hands. Hextall cannot hit on the mid-range jumper.
Jordan Whitfield right into the post, comes up short. Offensive rebound, Lucane. Out to Gensler. He nails the triple.
One of the best spot-up players in the Big South Conference.
Corey Gensler, an 1,000-point scorer this past week. And he's top 10 in the conference in 5 different categories. Such an impactful player for Campbell.
Yeah, that's 34 threes on the season now for him. 33 have been assisted onto. He is a catch-and-shoot player. As
Merrill misses the triple, here's Ricky Clemens, the sophomore, setting up Henderson. The corner triple splash. This Campbell offense shooting from long range, 35%. One of the better marks in the league. Nice start for Campbell offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Henderson and Gensler, 2 of the best shooting off the catch. Couldn't ask for a better start offensively.
This rolls back in play for Gensler, and Hampton now 1 of 4 shooting to open up this night. The Hampton Pirates, the fastest team. They play with tempo. Campbell wants to work the clock, and they've hit 2 3-pointers thus far.
You can see offensively 5 out, that split action into the back cut. It's good action.
Clemens up against Merrow off the window.
Tough drive, nice finish through contact against Merrow there.
First points for Ricky Clemens in an 8-0 Campbell run here in this first half. We asked Coach Edward Joyner Jr. what's the contrast between a 1-10 road record and a fantastic home affair as Merrow draws the foul. And Coach Joyner said, if I knew better, I would be an undefeated coach right now, trying to fix some of those woes.
Absolutely there. And then, as we see there, Clemens picks up the foul guarding Merrow.
For Edward Joyner, a 3-time conference champion, his club looks to build success on the road here this season.
Yeah, that's right. Well, defensively, they're going to have to pick it up. We know they can score offensively. They have 2 of the best scorers really in the Big South Conference. Can they defend? Not off to a great start here tonight, though, for Coach Joyner's club.
Oliver and Merrow over 40 points in the last matchup between these two. Now some pressure for Gensler defensively. Loose on the floor, and a jump ball keeps the possession on this end. An active Campbell defense.
Clemens has been busy so far on both ends of the court.
Kevin McGeehan, he was the reigning conference coach of the year, but his team has not lost confidence yet, despite a 3-10 conference record.
Yeah, you love to see that, especially as you're heading to the conference tournament. I mean, anything can happen once you get there. And again, there's still time left to play before postseason play.
Merrow into the lane, lays it home. Merrow, the top scorer in the conference. He just overpassed Rick Mahorn, the all-time leading scorer in Hampton history. And Mahorn, a 20-year NBA vet. That's quite a name.
Yeah, that's excellent company there. The only NBA player from Hampton, but Jermaine Merrow, that's pretty darn exclusive. Rarefied air there.
Merrow, a 4-year starter, averaging 25 a night. There's now the shot clock under 10. Gensler on the back door.
Excellent cut. Great find from Lusain, too.
Campbell, 3 early assists on these 4 buckets. The ideal offense for Kevin McGeehan in that Princeton attack. Merrow looking for a response. His triple is strong, and Lusain the big rebound.
Good board. Campbell has assisted on 60% of their field goals in conference play. Healthy assist rate so far.
You see that number 4 for 4 from the field here as of late for the Fighting Camels. Now Gensler, the senior captain, in on Hextall. Rattles out, stripped Hampton from behind, and now Merrow can sprint up the floor. What a matchup. Ricky Clemens, the walk-on, guarding the leading scorer in the Big South, causing trouble, loose on the floor, and it's Hampton basketball as we have a timeout on the court. Hampton trailing by 6. The Camels showing some heart here on ESPN+.
Geico makes it easy to get help when I need it. With licensed agents available 24/7, it's not just easy. It's having Jerome Bettis on your flag football team easy. Go get him, Bus!
Ooh. Come on, Bus. Come on. Hey, wait. I'm gonna get the flag. I got your flag, man. I got your flag.
It's Geico Easy, with licensed agents available 24/7.
49-0.
Bon boy.
Oh boy.
She's too good. Brilliant from
Got a green light. There we go.
Discover the new language of travel. Marriott Bonvoy. 30 hotel brands, endless experiences, rewards, reimagined.
Hard work, a love for the game, is mandatory down here. Sacrifice, a desire to be great, lives down here.
Perez open 3. Yes.
Excellence, the will to compete, persists down here.
For the win.
This is the Big South, where winners are made.
Welcome back to Gore Arena for more on the Campbell Camels. We go down to the third member of our team, Aaron Summers.
Thanks, Evan. The Camels may be 3-10 right now in conference play and last in the standings. However, head coach Kevin McGeehan said he's been really encouraged by the Camels' play of late. He said that what really matters is how they're playing down the stretch and during the conference tournament. McGeehan said that he has complete faith that when the Camels are playing solid, they can compete with any team in this conference. It's about just fixing the little things and getting to the place that they need to be in 2 weeks when the tournament starts. Evan?
Aaron, an excellent point, especially when Campbell is 10th in points per game in the conference, already 10 points in these first 5 minutes. Jermaine Merrill searching for a response as that comes up short, and we're seeing an active Campbell defense early on.
Yeah, they've been very, Ricky Clemens has started things, but this is a team effort. We've seen the post doubles against Ben Stanley. Good stuff so far from McGeehan's club.
Henderson from the wing, and the first miss from downtown, tracks his own rebound and draws a foul on Stanley. Cedric Henderson, from his NBA lineage, his father played for 2 NBA clubs. And now Stanley, the top scorer for Hampton, an early foul in this first half. Milo Stacic checks into the game, number 10 in the white, the Serbian product. Now Trey Spencer, the senior guard, in. That 12-footer calls glass.
Nice little baseline out of bounds play from Campbell there. They get into their little DHO weave play. Henderson, or pardon me, Spencer with the easy hit there.
Can I buy a vowel with that commentary? Brian Geisinger is a much smarter man than myself, breaking down basketball, both in the ACC and the Big South.
I don't know if speaking in acronyms equals intelligence, but I'll take it from you. Thank you.
Stanley backing down Stacic. That shot rattles out, and Milos, his first board of the night. Look at Campbell working against their typical pace, pushing it early. Hampton, meanwhile, 2 of 8 from the field. Campbell tonight, 50% in this first half.
It's good secondary offense from Campbell. You push it to the corner, flatten the defense out, see what you get, then run your offense.
Spencer got away with a travel, now it's called. Pivot foot of the senior gives it away. The guard who's been moved to the bench here in conference play, but Spencer can still shoot it 35% from long range.
There are several good shooters on this Campbell ball club, but they want to get it up. They shoot plenty of them. About 40% of their shots this season have been of the three-point variety. They have plenty of weapons out here.
This is a 12-2 run for Campbell. Hampton looking for a response. They give it to Merrow. The senior guard picks up his dribble and finds Stanley. Stanley one-on-one. What a finish with the left hand.
An explosive finish from Ben Stanley. 22 dunks on the season for him, by the way, second in Big South play.
Stanley, top 10 in the country in scoring. This is a player who only averaged 4 points per game last year. What's been the difference?
He's just masterful at the rim, but he can score from all 3 levels. He has a little stretch to his game, but shooting 71% at the rim, one of the top numbers in the entire country. Rim efficiency.
Now Campbell back to work following the turnover on the last possession. Shot clock to 10. Whitfield thought about a triple. Sets up Stacic. Pressure coming, and Stanley with an easy pick.
Second turnover from Campbell now.
The Hampton Pirates, the highest scoring team in the Big South. DeAndre Griffin, number 11, just checked in. Gives it off to Stanley. Goes to his left. An air ball. Hampton the rebound. Oliver Hampton no. And McCullough cleans it up.
A rare post miss from Ben Stanley, shooting 57% on post-ups so far. Nice defensive hold there by Campbell.
Campbell tonight, 2 of 3 from downtown. That's been their bread and butter here in Gore Arena. Stacic into the post, setting up Whitfield. He is fouled on the way up, and free throws upcoming for the junior guard.
It's an excellent cut by Whitfield. Good offense. Throw it into Stacic in the post. Run cutters and split action off of him. Good look at the rim. Free throws.
Jordan Whitfield, a career high of 20 points 2 weeks ago at Presbyterian. Nearly double-figure scoring as we see, as he misses the first free throw.
Here you go. Here you see. Into the post. Good defense by Stanley. Lose Whitfield off ball. Nice vertical cut. Get to the free throw line.
Jordan Whitfield, in fact, has set a career high in scoring 5 times this season. Nearly unprecedented.
Like you said in the open, a balanced attack here for Campbell. Whitfield, part of the bunch.
A 7-point lead as Kevin McGeehan goes deep into his bench. Here with 13 minutes to go in this first half. Messiah Thompson, the freshman guard out of the Atlanta area, gets his first minutes. And now Hampton struggling to shoot. 3 of 11 in this first half. They bring in Davion Warren, number 3 in the blue. Merrow, their go-to getter, off on the layup. And Stacic's there to clean it up.
There you see a little double pick and roll there for Merrow again. He's run more pick and roll, used more pick and roll possessions than anyone in the conference this season.
Thompson right off the bench.
Great secondary offense, Thompson. Rhythms up right into the catch and shoot in that little secondary break. Wonderful offense for Campbell to start here.
Messiah Thompson, the first player in the building this afternoon, and paying off from 3-point range.
Does he have to be the last to leave, too? Is that how that also works?
He's also got to clean the court when the game's done. And Stanley with the left, no good. Gensler shovels it behind his back. Extra effort from the senior.
Campbell's post defense against Stanley has been sensational so far.
Up top to Thompson. He wants a second triple and an air ball. The freshman not afraid to let it fly, and Kevin McGeehan has to like the 54% shooting from his Camels.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see it again there. They throw the ball into Stoncic in the post. They could run action off of him, let him turn and face, look for cutters.
The Hampton Pirates, they're a top 25 efficient offense. Almost as efficient as Arizona. To put that into perspective, now Griffin for 3. That rattles out. Hextall the rebound. His shot is denied. A second chance, and McCullough gets the board as it's last touched by Hampton. The Pirates so efficient offensively, just not getting it going early on. We'll go to break here in Gore Arena. Campbell led by the 3-point shot.
Yeah, here you go. Another good look for Gensler. Splash.
Campbell up 10 with 11 minutes to play. In Big South Conference play, there is no duo higher scoring average than Jermaine Merrill at 24 a night, Ben Stanley at 23. What a tough group to stop for any team in the Big South.
Yeah, and like you said, it's a team effort. It's not just one guy, and they've shown bodies. Early post doubles against Ben Stanley, and when Morrow's tried to go downhill, either in isolation or out of the pick and roll, you're seeing multiple defenders, multiple layers, multiple help efforts by Campbell. Really impressive start, which has helped trigger the offense on the other end.
Morrow scored 37 when these teams last met in Hampton, Virginia. Tonight, just 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting. What has Campbell done?
Again, I really think it's been multiple efforts. We've seen on the pick and roll, the second layer, the second help defenders, very good activity. He's taking some tough shots as well, too.
Jesus Carolero, number 12 on the white, checks in along with Ladarius Knight for Campbell. Carolero, the freshman up top, working around the rings tonight. LD pops a triple. That is short. And Hextall banging it into Gensler, grabs the rebound. A little physicality in this first half. As Hextall fouled on the 3. And Greg Hextall, who shoots it at 45% from 3, now has 3 free throws coming up. Actually, my apologies, that's on the floor, away from the shot. But even the pressure of Hextall there, always something to watch.
He's a phenomenal three-point shooter. Better off the catch, but really has good gravity anywhere he goes offensively.
Here's Hextall in the corner and way off target. Ladarius Knight, the ping pong of a rebound.
Someone opened a door or a window in here, I think.
The wind is blowing tonight on that shot. Keep in mind, Hextall at 43% in conference play. He's top 5 in the league.
He is excellent off the catch. They move him around. They get him in multiple actions, try to use his gravity to free up other guys as opposed to just looking for his own shot.
And here's Campbell at 46% shooting, out in front by 10. Thompson with a triple tonight. Zigs into the lane, pops from the elbow. Another short jumper. And the shot's not falling here in the second quarter of the first half.
Still decent late clock offense there for Campbell. You get a little empty side pick and roll at the end. Thompson just couldn't hit the pull-up.
This is Morrow, the leading scorer in the league. From the free throw line, the lob to Stanley, and a foul called. Stanley gets to the free throw line better than any player in the Big South, and Carolero forced to foul Stanley here.
Yeah, you can watch Carolero drops in pick and roll coverage. Little too much space there. Gets kind of caught in no man land a little bit. Nice touch pass over the top by Morrow. And Stanley, like you said, one of the best at drawing fouls, draws 6.2 fouls per 40 minutes.
This is free throw number 86 for Stanley in conference play. And Aaron Summers, what else does Ben Stanley bring to the table?
His free throw prowess is just one area that he's excelled in this season. He's also added points. He only had 4 last season, and now he's up to 23 per game. He has more rebounds. He's averaging more minutes. And Coach Joyner said that Ben Stanley has been a pleasant surprise this season. That Stanley just put in a ton of work over the summer to be more consistent this year, and it's absolutely showed. And the injury to Jermaine Morrow earlier this season allowed Stanley to really step up and to fill that void.
Aaron Morrow missed the entire month of December, and now it's Stanley starting to step up as a leader for this team.
Yeah, absolutely. And Stanley, you can't say enough about him. It isn't just the increase in usage in minutes.
Oh, and Gensler with a nasty finish off the baseline.
It's the efficiency that's risen with that as well, too. It's made this is one of the 5 best players in the Big South this season, period. End of story.
7 double-doubles for Stanley this year. Here's Hextall on the post, weaving through traffic.
Nice slip by Hextall. Good find by Warren, too.
The glue guy with the short shorts makes folks in the 1980s proud. He's playing well with 6 points early.
Yeah, I believe LeBron James and Russell Westbrook get credit for making that cool again.
Extra effort from Warren, but it's Campbell basketball here with 9:21 to go in the half. Hampton has dealt with a rash of injuries. 2 bench players out as of late, and now leaning on balanced scoring here tonight.
You see that little side ball screen by Hextall. He slips it. Nice pass by Warren. Good finish in traffic.
Campbell, meanwhile, at 46% shooting, although they've missed 4 of their last 5 shots. This is Ricky Clemens. Clemens weaving to Gensler, laying it home.
Excellent cut by Gensler. Good find by Clemens. Good action.
Campbell in conference play, 6th in assist to turnover ratio. They have been efficient tonight. Already 6 assists in this half, and we have an offensive foul on Hampton.
Campbell's pick and roll defense has been solid, rock solid tonight. Clemens gets a lot of credit for that as well.
It was quite the news to put Ricky Clemens in the lineup 2 weeks ago. The walk-on sophomore has now played in 4 games and a spark of energy for his club, trying to slow down a guy in Jermaine Morrow, the best scorer in the league.
Yeah, how about that? A pro prospect taking on a walk-on doesn't seem like a fair fight, but so far Ricky Clemens has done more than hold his own here.
The Rollsville, North Carolina product, Ricky Clemens bringing it up the floor.
Little floppy action from Campbell there.
Gensler's led the charge with 9 points tonight. Backing down Hextall, taking him to school, but Hextall the block. Here's Clemens with a shot fake and some traffic. Oliver Hampton tips it ahead. Warren, 2-on-1, into Knight, no good. And Gensler, a big rebound.
Good verticality by Knight at the rim there. Nice contest. Never easy to stop a 2-on-1 break.
This is a Campbell squad that's lost 6 of 7, but playing enthused tonight. Lucane lost it on the way up, and he's fouled. The first on Ed Oliver Hampton.
You see Campbell's played through the post a lot so far tonight. This time they throw it to Lucane. Able to draw the foul, get to the free throw line.
They call Lucane the Chief. That's Corey Gensler's given nickname. Coming off a career-high 13 rebounds on Monday. And makes his first from charity stripe. Keep in mind, this is a Campbell team that had to replace 65% of its scoring from last year. And we've seen tonight, led by Gensler with 9, 7 players have already stepped up.
Well, yeah, it takes an army to replace Chris Clemens, right? So it has been a team effort. We've seen multiple guys have to step up and fulfill bigger roles this season with a guy that's playing in the NBA now, from the Big South to the pros.
Hampton, meanwhile, 4 of 18 shooting, uncharacteristic for the highest scoring team in league play.
Campbell switching those handoff plays there.
Here's a corner triple from Griffin. That is off. And Gensler up with his 4th rebound. A much more enthused Campbell tonight. A club that has struggled at home, 2-4 in conference play.
Yeah, but they could not be off to a better start here. I mean, the offensive efficiency has been off the charts. Everyone's touched it. Good defensive efforts against Morrow, too.
Clemens driving in, and he goes to the free throw line. We'll take immediate timeout on the floor. Hampton searching for answers. It's Campbell up 13 here on ESPN Plus. Campbell at 3-10 in conference play. What have they done well this season? It's been a balanced scoring attack. 11 players in double figures this year, and that turnover margin being safe with the basketball second best in the league. We're seeing that on full display tonight.
Well, absolutely. It's simple, right? When you get down to the math, it's all about the margins. Don't turn it over, pass the ball, take a good, healthy number of threes. These are things that Campbell does. 60% assist rate in conference play, 40% three-point attempt rate on the season. That means 40% of their field goals come from beyond the three-point line. It's a little bit of the money ball approach with that five-out offense.
And yet tonight, 7 different players have already scored. Here's Ricky Clemens. Back to the free throw line. The walk-on sophomore gets the start for the 4th time tonight. Clemens with a rare miss. Campbell's second from the charity stripe of the evening. And Aaron, more on Ricky Clemens.
That yes, Ricky Clemens is a walk-on, just a freshman, but the other teammates on this team, they really respect him because he works so hard, and he's been tough and a very good defender all season. They just needed a little bit different spark. They've had a little bit of trouble over the past few weeks, and he said that having him in the starting lineup the past 2 games has really helped this team improve and be a little bit more locked in on the defensive side of the ball.
And Aaron, that dates back to Campbell's trip over the summer to Argentina. Ricky Clemens got major minutes in that summer excursion as Stanley with the answer with the left hand. But McGeehan had confidence to go deep into his bench and bring any player in this moment.
Well, that's one of the best parts about those off-season excursions, right? That you do get to test them out. You get to have extra practices, extra games, and now you can have confidence with Ricky Clemens late in the season to help you win some games in conference play.
It has been a up and down the bench approach for Campbell here at 3-10 in conference play. Lucane with a triple. And Campbell 4 threes tonight.
All off the catch, too. That one wide open for Lucane. Poor defensive attention there by Hampton.
If you're Hampton, remember 1-10 on the road this year. Their lone win at UNC Asheville a month ago. But the struggles prolific tonight as Hextall drives into traffic, sets up Morrow. His long 3 is in.
Now, Morrow's still got a pretty good catch-and-shoot look, but that was excellent help defense by Ricky Clemens on the baseline to cut off the Hextall drive. Just a better pass by Hextall.
Worth noting, Morrow only 18% from downtown in conference play. Not his strength, but he hits a big one there.
Yeah, for his thing, his volume, right? It's getting to the free throw line. It's putting pressure on the rim. Lots of pick-and-roll action as opposed to just shooting off the catch from deep.
Can Campbell keep up this 3 of 3 mark as Henderson stripped by Morrow? A nice stop by the senior guard as Hampton looking for a response here with 5 minutes to go in this first half. Morrow into the lane, sets up Stanley, blocked by the Chief. Hampton basketball.
Great help defense by Lucene. You see Morrow rejects the pick and roll, drives baseline. Nice drop pass to Stanley, who doesn't miss too many from right there at the front of the rim. Excellent help defense by Campbell.
Lucene averages a block per game. It's his first tonight. And with the shot clock down to 10, Morrow sizing up the baseline. Clemens with the rejection. 2 straight blocks for Campbell. Ahead to Henderson. Blocked from behind. Warren the rejection. Gensler finishes.
Wow, that's excellent hustle by Campbell. End-to-end activity. Henderson doesn't miss too many at the rim, but Gensler, excellent transition offense to make sure you always follow the play up.
We have pogo sticks out here defensively for both teams, swatting shots.
Love to see it.
Stanley the other way, and the lefty finish is pure.
Beautiful touch on that shot by Stanley, man.
There's a reason Ben Stanley's averaging 24 points per night, making baskets like that. He's now up to 9. Whitfield from the free throw line. A rare miss from Campbell. They're at 50%.
Early shot by Whitfield, just 9 seconds into the shot clock. Pick and roll, pull up 2.
This game has some back and forth pace to it in the final 5 minutes of this half. Hampton, the fastest tempo in the league, struggling to shoot tonight as Stanley rattles it in. Double figures for Stanley.
They forced him into a tough shot there, but sometimes better offense beats good defense there. But you want to keep Stanley away from the rim. You'll live with the long twos like that.
11 of the 18 points from Ben Stanley tonight, the sophomore forward. As Campbell started red hot from 3, they've cooled off 1 of 4 since. Gensler a long jumper. That is off the backboard. And now Hampton can cut this to single digits.
Yeah, offensive efficiency has dropped just a little bit here for Campbell, which lets Hampton
into
run.
the trees, and he draws the foul. Free throws coming up for Jermaine Morrow. Hampton and Campbell. Campbell won both meetings in this building last year. Hampton now looks for 2 straight wins after an impressive second half comeback in the home win over the Camels. And it's led by Morrow and Stanley here today.
Yeah, Morrow got a little transition drag, pick and roll. Was able to get downhill and get to the rim, but we've seen concerted effort. I mean, they started high volume with Morrow and Stanley as well, but we've seen even more of it out of the most recent timeout from Hampton, trying to establish Stanley on the block, work, screen, roll with their 2 best players as well.
Morrow's coming off an 18-point night. He has 6 here in this first half. Such a patient free throw shooter is Jermaine Morrow. Big reason why he's at 75%.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's in no rush at the line there, is he?
Earning every bit of those 10 seconds. Campbell brings in Austin McCullough as Henderson takes a breather as we approach the final 4 minutes of this first half.
I got to say, I think he's the first guy I've ever seen have it in his go from right hand to left hand and just hold it in both of his hands for chunks of time. Interesting routine.
Catch and shoot for Gensler is off. And a big rebound by Warren.
Good action there by Campbell to get Gensler coming off a pin down like that, just not able to stick the catch and shoot jumper.
Morrow up to 7 points. The ball's been in his hands a ton here in this first half.
Another switch by Campbell here.
Warren in the corner. He wants a 3. And Lucene up to the heights of the building to get the rebound.
Cleaning off the ceiling. That was a good closeout by Whitfield there too.
On a rainy afternoon here in Bowie's Creek, Lucene with 5 rebounds. Now on the finish, Campbell up 10.
Beautiful pocket pass from Whitfield there to Lucene.
Now Campbell applies a trap, trying to force a turnover. Kevin McGeehan shuffling the bench for his defense that's held Hampton to 30% shooting.
Good zone now for Campbell.
Warren gets inside. Lucene a clean block. Clemens to the floor and a foul for the harpooning Ricky Clemens. We have immediate timeout as well. 2:56 to go in the half, and Campbell hanging in with their defense.
Campbell's defense has been sensational against one of the better offenses in the Big South there. Good effort one-on-one by Gensler. Forces the jump ball, then a little post defense. Ricky Clemens has been everywhere tonight. Good help effort by Lucene there as well, too.
And it's Campbell up 10 with 2:56 to play in the first half. The Hampton Pirates have been led by home cooking. 5-1 in conference play. Their second year in the Big South from joining the MEAC, and a team that averages 83 a night. But tonight, they're on pace to score 45 points. What's been the difference?
I think Ricky Clemens, if you're to isolate one guy, it's a team effort, but Ricky Clemens' on-ball defense and even some nice help activity as well, too. But he's been sensational at the teeth of that Campbell defense.
Jermaine Morrow, 7 points, along with Stanley, 11. That's been the bulk of the scoring for Hampton tonight. Here's Morrow again, who has scored in double figures every game this season. It's Whitfield's turn defensively, and the Chief says no, no, no.
Lusane's playing a great game so far.
And Gensler draws the bailout foul. It's an intentional foul as well. Free throws and possession for Gensler.
Yeah, look, this is just phenomenal help defense by Lusane. I believe that's his second block already tonight. Boy, you love having a big guy that can step out, hit a three. You can run some offense through him, and he protects the rim. Excellent two-way versatility by Lusane.
Second block for Lusane, setting up his senior teammate, Corey Gensler. So with the flagrant, Corey gets 2 free throws and possession. This is now nearing the largest lead of the game. It was as high as 15 early in this half. Two free throws for Gensler, and really taking advantage. He's up to 12 points to lead all scorers.
Well, he's been super active so far. I mean, let's not call him J.J. Redick just yet, right? But he's moving fantastically without the basketball, running down offensive boards in transition. We're looking to curl off screens in the half court as well. Good activity by Gensler.
Corey Gensler, his 122nd start here tonight. That's 4th all-time in Campbell history. He's been effective here offensively. Now setting up Whitfield. From NBA range, no. Rebound Oliver Hampton.
Nice flare screen by Lusane there to free up Whitfield. Just couldn't quite stick the jumper, though.
Hampton tonight, 1 of 7 from long range. They have struggled to shoot the basketball. Now trying to overcome a 12-point deficit. Hextall. Look at him line up the wing three, and that's off. Lusane tracks down what is now his 5th rebound.
Good defense by Spencer there to navigate the screen, contest the Hextall look, make sure that it wasn't perfectly clean.
Hampton has not hit a shot from the field in 3 minutes. Big reason why Campbell's pushed its lead to 12.
They forced some tough jump shots for Hampton. I mean, when Stanley gets it at the rim, it's basically a done deal.
McCullough on the trigger. The barrels are empty now, but Campbell has already made 4 threes in this first half.
Nice split action there by Campbell.
Morrow left open. That's a dangerous ordeal. Back to a 9-point game.
Yeah, you got to find 2 in transition, right? He wants to get his shot up in the air, and he wants to get it in the air as quickly as possible.
Jermaine Morrow now up to 10 points. Whitfield sizing up the senior. Hesitates. Sets up Spencer. Trey to the baseline. That's an air ball. And now Hampton on a 5-0 run.
Good defense by Gensler there.
Back of the post to Stanley. To the left. Lusane has been all over the board. 6 rebounds in this first half.
That's rugged defense by Lusane. Campbell tried to send the double there. Stanley goes away from it to his left hand. Tries to get that little hook shot in the middle of the post. Just tough contest, though.
Final minute in this first half. McCullough off the window.
Excellent cut by McCullough. Wonderful pass by Whitfield there, too. Beautiful timing in the half-court set.
Campbell has led at halftime in 7 of its last 8 games. Yet the losses have started to pile up here in conference play. An ideal start for Kevin McGeehan's club in half number 1.
Campbell going zone. The 2-3 zone was huge for High Point the other week in a second half comeback win.
And Lusane with his 3rd block, but a foul called. The Chief is befuddled.
Boy, he's active on both ends of the court here, but you're seeing Campbell go to this 2-3 zone. That's where you see Lusane come alive here in the middle of the paint on the self effort. Morrow gets downhill.
Some body contact possibly there?
Must have been with the body because the block looked clean. But again, the other week when Hampton was in High Point, they were rolling offensively. High Point went to a 2-3 zone, which charged a second half comeback for High Point. We're seeing Campbell do that a little bit here against Hampton. Not a great 3-point shooting team are the Pirates.
Milo Stacic gives Lusane a breather with that 2nd foul. And Morrow, despite the 11 points, already 3 of 9 shooting. Not a very efficient start to this contest.
No, high usage, though. That's the name of the game for Morrow.
Morrow second in the conference in scoring each of the last 2 years. And now Campbell with a 1 second difference can call a timeout. Kevin McGeehan to talk this over. Brian Geisinger, what has impressed you about this Campbell offensive performance here in this first half?
I just think the off-ball activity, the movement, the passing and cutting has been so good. It's one thing to cut into space and try to pass backdoor. It's another thing to be synced up on the same page. They're getting good looks at the rim and setting up these wide-open catch-and-shoot looks, which they've knocked down at a good clip tonight.
Campbell's had tremendous success here in Bowie's Creek. 3-0 all-time in this town and 2 wins in this building. We know Hampton has struggled on the road, but an impressive home win. How can Hampton change the gears here in the second half?
Well, they're going to have to find a way to get a little more efficient offensively. Can they find a third score? Can Hextall come alive and hit some catch-and-shoot threes for them? But other than that, you really got to find a way to get Ben Stanley the ball. Campbell's rolling so many coverages to him, doubling the post, trapping Morrow on these ball screens. Now they're going zone, so you got to find ways to free up Stanley for some efficient looks in the paint.
It all starts with the cool, calm, and collected Corey Gensler. And the Camels, with a 1 second difference on the clock, can operate to close out this first half. And a half where they've never trailed, led by as many as 15 here at home, searching for that coveted 4th conference win.
Well, after timeout play, pinned down floppy set for Gensler there.
Whitfield with 6 on the clock, right to the window, and hacked on the way up. Jordan Whitfield to the free throw line. He's looking to build on 1 point here in this half. The foul on Davian Warren.
Whitfield's been aggressive off the bounce, though. He's gotten downhill. You see here, gets to the rim, draws the contact, gets to the line, earns some freebies here.
Jordan Whitfield, the Raleigh product from Millbrook High School. And with that free throw, he's now the 8th player to score for Campbell today. A truly balanced attack for Kevin McGeehan's club.
Absolutely. I mean, Gensler's been steering the ship, but it's been everyone that's contributed really on both ends of the court, not even just offensively tonight.
4 seconds left, and Edward Joyner Jr. wants a timeout. Henderson set to check in. A little bit of confusion. And Hampton will call a timeout to talk over these final 4 seconds. We know how quick and aggressive the Pirates can be. An offense that can certainly thrive in this situation.
Well, absolutely. You saw them. They put Ben Stanley right back in there, so he's going to be out here for the final 4.8 seconds. You got to think he's either the target or he's the decoy here, right? Again, one of the most efficient scorers in the Big South Conference. If you could somehow force the ball up the court, get it to him anywhere close to the hoop, you know, he's got a good chance of scoring.
Jermaine Morrow this past week surpassed Rick Mahorn, the 1989 NBA champion, 20-year NBA vet, as the all-time scoring leader. 2,400 points for the Pirates, and today he's in double figures again with 11. Just an effective play.
Yeah, he's been active tonight. You know he's going to be. He's going to touch the ball basically every possession for them, and yeah, to end up in Rick Mahorn territory, pretty darn good. Rick Mahorn does our gig now. He does radio for the Detroit Pistons now.
Right now, the Hampton's looking for offense. They've shot it just 30% in the hands of Morrow. Gets to the wing. Now time to the hole, and Gensler the block to end half number 1. Sharp defense from Campbell in this first half, holding the leading scoring team in the conference to 24 points. And we go down to the leading team in Kevin McGeehan and talk with Aaron Summers here before halftime. Aaron?
Coach, you've held a Hampton team that usually scores 80 points per game to 24 at the half. Your team is flying around. They're being disruptive on defense. How have you been able to be so tenacious defensively?
Just focus. We're just, I think that was the game plan. We got to put another half together. So 24 for 2 guys that score 24 a game. We're going to have to really do a job here in the second half.
How do you maintain that productivity?
I think just focus on the little things, trying to make sure that you make every shot attempt difficult. Try to guard without fouling. Keep your chest in front of your guy as best you can.
Thanks, Coach.
So, Aaron, it starts on the defensive end. Campbell up 12 here at the break. We're going to go to the Geico halftime report when we come back. More from Gore Arena.
Geico makes it easy to get help when I need it. With licensed agents available 24/7, it's not just easy. It's having Jerome Bettis on your flag football team easy. Go get him, Bus!
Ooh. Come on, Bus. Come on. Hey, wait. I'm glad I got the flag. I got your flag, man. I got your flag.
It's Geico Easy. With licensed agents available 24/7.
49-0.
Bon boy.
Bon boy.
That's just too good. Brilliant.
Bon boy!
Discover the new language of travel. Marriott Bonvoy. 30 hotel brands, endless experiences, rewards, reimagined.
Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
We have a group here on campus called Camels on Mission, and I met Caitlin Rogers through that, and she really just inspired me to go on this trip, and it was one of the best opportunities I've ever taken in my lifetime, and I definitely want to go back. In the mornings we would go to different villages, and we did these things called health roadshows. And it was where we had like HIV testing, blood sugar, different things like that. But we weren't allowed to do that because of health reasons, so we did hand washing and prayer stations. And then in the afternoons, we would go to villages and help out with the kids. The biggest takeaway I got was the people there were so joyful every single day, even though they had nothing. And it really just made me have a different perspective on life and just want to be joyful. In our conference, there's different seeded teams, like no matter what seed you are, anybody can win on any given day because the teams are all so close. So we knew that even though we were 6 seed, we had a chance to win it. It was just an awesome experience being able to get there. I wish we would have won it, but at the same time, just being able to have that momentum going from the first game all the way to the championship, it was pretty cool. My freshman year, we also reached the WBI, and we had a different circumstance where we lost the first game, but this time we just kept that momentum and we wanted to do better this year, so we ended up making it all the way to the semifinals, and it was just really cool to be able to experience a postseason win, and I think we made school history by doing that. I plan on getting my master's here at Campbell MBB in the spring, and then I kind of want to go into sports management or sports administration. My end goal is to be an athletic director, so obviously you got to work your way up to that position.
Welcome back inside Gore Arena for the Geico Halftime Report. Campbell lighting up from downtown, 4 of 10 from long range. And so far in this half, Brian, Hampton only 3 assists. A lot of isolation ball for the Pirates.
Yeah, a lot of Jermaine Merrill, and defensively Campbell has stayed in front of him. They contested shots, only 2 turnovers so far for Hampton. So Campbell's just playing solid defense. Part of that, though, is defensive rebounding. You see of those 23 rebounds for Campbell, 19 on the defensive end, a defensive rebound rate of 83%, 0 second chance points for Hampton and Benjamin Stanley so far in this game.
Campbell as a team, 4 blocks as well on the defensive end and trying to slow down the top scoring team in the league. It was Stanley early on, and Morrow picking up the slack as Genzer then got hot from 3.
Yeah, Campbell shared the ball very well in the half court, 9 assists on 12 field goals, lots of catch and shoot opportunities. They were able to get downhill though and attack the rim, flatten out the defense, look for slash and kick basketball. Good offense by Campbell.
How about that assist from Hussein finding Gensler? Campbell in the first half, 9 assists on 12 buckets.
Yeah, excellent. 75% assist rate seems pretty good. Well over 1 point per possession for Campbell, so very efficient start. Gensler and Lucene really have been the stars for them, especially offensively here
That
tonight.
three from Lucene gave him 7 points. He also had 6 rebounds. And don't sleep on Morrow with double figures with 11 for Hampton.
No, they're going to have to stay locked in. That's just one half of basketball. Morrow's not going to lose confidence. He's going to keep attacking, keep coming.
Down the stretch, Morrow left open. He's not going to miss many of those shots. Campbell up 12 here at the break. When we come back, more from the halftime report here in Gore Arena. A reminder, fans, Geico is a proud sponsor of the Big South Conference. Save more if you're a Big South alumni. Visit BigSouthSports.com/Geico to see what you can save. Thanks for popping in with us here at the broadcast booth. Brian Geisinger, Evan Budrovich, Campbell off to a fantastic start, up by 12 at the break, led by their three-point shooting and Corey Gensler with 12 points. Hampton, the best scoring team in the league, yet tonight just 24 points in the first half. What has Campbell done to shut down Hampton in this first half of play?
Well, they've shown multiple defenders against Morrow off the pick and roll. We've seen some of those double teams against Benjamin Stanley on the block. Really, it's been a collective effort. I do think a lot of credit, though, goes to Ricky Clemens at the top, the teeth of Campbell's defense.
Campbell searches for a fourth Big South win. We'll have the second half for when we return here on ESPN+. Reminder fans, Marriott is the official hotel partner. Get the home team advantage wherever you go with Marriott Bonvoy. Wherever you go, you can stay, earn and redeem rewards at Marriott Bonvoy, a proud partner of the Big South Conference. Another reminder, the Big South Men's Basketball Championship could be coming to a city near you. While it might not be Bowie's Creek right away, you never know. That all begins March 3rd with first round games. We're going to have more after this break here for the second half on ESPN+.
Geico makes it easy to get help when I need it. With licensed agents available 24/7, it's not just easy. It's having Jerome Bettis on your flag football team easy. Go get him, Bus!
Ooh. Come on, Bus. Come on. Hey, wait. I'm glad I got the flag. I got your flag. I'm glad I got your flag.
It's Geico Easy. With licensed agents available 24/7.
49-0.
Bon boy.
Bon boy.
She's too good. Brilliant from Bon boy.
Discover the new language of travel. Marriott Bonvoy. 30 hotel brands, endless experiences, rewards, reimagined.
Welcome back inside Gore Arena, and for more on the Hampton Pirates and Edward Joyner Jr., we go down to Aaron Summers. Aaron?
Thanks, Evan. Hampton head coach Edward Joyner said that he wasn't disappointed in the way his team's been playing defensively. He said, we never let the Camels get away from us, even though we were having a difficult time getting the ball through the basket. He said we had a lot of easy shots that just didn't fall for us. We need to continue to attack, and hopefully once those shots start falling, we'll gain some more confidence. Evan?
Thank you, Aaron. Hampton just 24 points. That's the lowest in the first half they've scored here in the month of February.
And just 6 free throw attempts, right? Big difference from the last time these two teams faced off.
Hampton's duo of Stanley and Morrow combined for 35 free throws when these teams met in Hampton, Virginia. The starting 5 back out for Campbell in the second half. The same for Hampton. Shot clock under 10 for Lusain. Henderson right at the top of the key, and a quick triple.
You saw Campbell looking split action out of the high post with Lusain not there. Late clock pick and roll. Henderson truly one of the best on a smaller sample out of the pick and roll shooting this season in the Big South.
6 points for Henderson, who in conference play leads Campbell with 13 a night. Hextall looking for answers. That's a long triple, and Clemens there to clean it up.
Excellent defense by Whitfield.
How about the passing? Gensler in front of his bench, no good. And Morrow looking to run.
Good look for Gensler.
Stanley backing down, going to his favorite left. And Clemens jumps up off a pogo stick for the rebound.
Numbers here.
Whitfield. Cross court to Henderson. And Campbell will settle it down here a minute and a half into this second half. Campbell in half number 1, 36 points on 40% shooting. Pretty effective offensively for a club that's just 2-4 at home this year in conference. Whitfield bodies it home.
Tough finish through contact. Whitfield's done a nice job getting downhill, either isolated or out of the ball screen tonight.
Jordan Whitfield, the most effective shooter for Campbell. Percentage in conference play, and he's heating up here in the second half, now to 5 points.
1-4 low set.
Stanley is blocked by the Chief. Right back into the paint, stripped off his leg, and a turnover for Ben Stanley.
You can see Stanley, even when he spins to that right hand, he wants to come back and finish with his left. You can see it right here. Face up, spin right, still wants to come back with that left. Lusain waiting for it.
Ben Stanley has scored 20 or more points in 7 straight games. Tonight, he's sitting with 11, but it's been a hard-earned double figures.
Yeah, 11 points on 13 shots. They've shown him numbers. And Lucene, again, some phenomenal efforts, blocking shots, contesting shots.
Here's Henderson short on the triple. Campbell's shooting is slowed down here in the second half. Still at 46%. Morrow the other way, no good. Lucene is stripped. Ball loose to Gensler, and Campbell can recover.
Campbell's defensive rebounding rate has been wonderful tonight, over 80% in the first half.
This is a Campbell team that had to replace the nation's leading scorer in Chris Clemens. Tonight, it's been balanced with Gensler leading the charge with 13. 8 players have scored, including Clemens, the walk-on, getting the start tonight. Laying it down low to the Chief. Lucene off on the 5-footer. And here comes Hampton.
Still good offense, man. Campbell takes advantage of every inch of space they have in the half court. 4 out around Lucene there, just couldn't get the post look to fall.
Hampton has not made a shot from the field in half number 2. Morrow down to Oliver Hampton. Draws a foul on Lucene, that's his 3rd. Ed Oliver Hampton started the first 10 games of the year. He's been inserted back into the lineup in conference play, and now averaging 5 points and 5 rebounds.
You can see cuts to the hoop. Nice find by Morrow. Looks like Lucene may have had a little bit of body contact there.
Oliver Hampton, 60% from the line and an early miss. That's been a bugaboo for Hampton offensively. Despite leading the league in free throw percentage, they're in the bottom half of the conference, although they get to the line more than any team in the Big South.
Yeah, well, they put a lot of pressure on the rim with Stanley and Morrow. Can't always connect once they're there, though.
In fact, 7th in Big South play at 69%. Campbell is also at 69, and yet here we are, fighting Camels up by 16. Stacic back into the game, working in the post. Remember, Hampton playing without a true center in this matchup. Stanley plays the 5. Gensler blows by Hextall. Finishes off the window.
Strong finish there by Gensler. Well, you really like seeing Gensler and Henderson work together like that in those split action sets. They throw it in the post, have those guys almost run together. This time it's just Gensler here, late clock. Tough finish over Hextall.
Corey Gensler up to 15 points, trying to match his season high of 20. He scored that in the last home game against Presbyterian. Here's Morrow, creating space, spinning in the lane. My goodness, a foul on Ricky Clemens. As Jermaine Morrow putting on a master class of drawing contact.
Yeah, that was a nice little spin in the lane there by Morrow. Pretty good defense by Clemens. Looked like he may have had a little bit of contact. Let's see on the replay here. Ooh, maybe had a little bit of contact with the body, but vertically with the hands.
Jermaine Morrow, 24 points per game, and he has been living at the free throw line. In fact, 101 free throw attempts in Big South action.
That's one way to cut down on your turnovers, right? Just get fouled and go to the line instead.
And we crunched the numbers. That is more free throws in conference play than any player in the country. Morrow's been living at the charity stripe.
Well, he has the usage rates. He has the usage rate to match. Again, top 20 nationally, not just in the Big South, nationally in usage rate. When he's on the court, about a third of Hampton's possessions end with him either drawing a shooting foul, shooting, or turning the ball over.
It's like watching Picasso go to work. Morrow so patient at the line, taking his time. And now it's back to a 16-point game. Here's a full press from the Pirates. Hampton does not force turnovers. They're the fewest in the Big South. Campbell, top 3 in assist-to-turnover ratio. Stacic gets away with a bump right into Stanley for 2.
Nice composure by Stacic there after the flop by Stanley. Keeps balance. Nice touch on the little righty hook shot.
Now into the game, number 12, Chris Shelton, the freshman, lobs into Morrow. His shot sneaks in. And a strong finish, Jermaine Morrow up to 15.
Henderson just a second late on the help defense, nearly had a steal there.
Stacic up top. Part of a Campbell offense with 8 players scoring so far tonight. Here's Spencer with a shot clock at 9. Gets through the defense, switches hands, and the natural lefty misses off the glass.
Spencer able to get downhill, pin down out of the corner into that handoff action with Stacic at the elbow. Just couldn't hit the layup.
Morrow on a dribbling display. Floats away and finds the bucket.
Tough shot. That was good defense, I believe, by Whitfield there. Morrow, one of the best in the conference at creating his own shot. Tough finish. Able to get away. Got pushed off maybe just a little bit there, but the best can get away with it.
Scorer's definitely the benefit. 17 points for Morrow. He scored 37 in the first matchup. Henderson draws contact, count the bucket, and a chance for a three-point play.
Excellent finish there by Henderson.
We have immediate timeout, but how about Henderson here?
Yeah, isolate at the elbow. Tough finish, high off the glass, going to the line too.
When we come back, Campbell up 16.
Geico makes it easy to get help when I need it. With licensed agents available 24/7, it's not just easy. It's having Jerome Bettis on your flag football team easy. Go get him, Bus!
Ooh. Come on, Bus. Come on. Hey, wait. I'm gonna get the flag. I got your flag, man. I got your flag.
It's Geico Easy. With licensed agents available 24/7.
49-0. One point.
One boy.
She's too good. Brilliant from... One boy!
Discover the new language of travel. Marriott Bonvoy. 30 hotel brands, endless experiences, rewards, reimagined.
Whether it's the practice field or weight room, in class or on game day, we compete down here. We put in work, day in and day out, to take a step forward towards degrees, championships, our goals, excellence on every level. 11 schools, more than 4,000 student athletes, one attitude. We are the Big South, where winners are made.
This Big South Conference broadcast is brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com today. Marriott, the official hotel partner of the Big South Conference. And Sunbelt Rentals. We have equipment for that.
Welcome back inside Gore Arena. How do both these teams shake out in the conference? Campbell, excellent from three-point shooting, second in the league. We mentioned Hampton, the top scoring team, but tonight, Hampton has had trouble moving the basketball, only 4 assists against this Campbell defense.
Yeah, just 2 turnovers for Hampton. You would think they'd be a little bit more efficient offensively, but they've been unable to get to the line. And again, I can't stress this enough, Campbell has done a phenomenal job on the defensive glass, rebounding 85% of Hampton's misses so far this evening. Big number.
This is a Hampton team that has just 1 road win in conference play, and it's been all Campbell from the start. Lead now up to 16 is Cedric Henderson Jr. looking to finish the three-point play. Now it's Campbell nearing 50 points, trying to pull away from the Hampton Pirates. Keep in mind, Campbell has 5 Big South losses this year when leading at halftime. How do they avoid that tonight?
Well, keep up the defensive effort, keep rebounding like this, and make sure you don't let Morrow get to the free throw line.
Speak of the devil, Morrow for 3. And here come the Pirates.
That's a nice shot, but I think you'll live with that, though. You'll live with the pullback. You'll live with the step back 3. You just don't want him getting downhill, getting to the rim.
20 points for Jermaine Morrow, who is the all-time leading scorer in Hampton history. Now Shelton, the freshman, trying to slow down Gensler as Messiah Thompson, number 5 on the white, checks in. Here's Thompson. The freshman has 3 points. Crossover with 5. Lays it off to Spencer. Spencer with 1. That is no good. And a tough rebound by Hampton.
Good defensive possession there from the Pirates. No north-south activity for Campbell. No back cuts. Keeping everyone in front.
Campbell was shooting 60% in the half as Gensler with the strip. And we have a foul. That's going to be on Campbell. Corey Gensler with the foul. He can't believe it. He thought it was on Morrow reaching in after the ball was stripped. Let's take a look.
Boy, that looked like good defense initially. Let's see her here on the replay. Maybe the right hand on Morrow there by Gensler, a little bit.
A slight push is possible, but maybe play on could be the call there.
Looked like good defense by Gensler.
Gensler picks up his second foul. Shelton swings it around to Stanley. Here's a triple way off. And Thompson there to scoop it up. Henderson Jr. eyes wide open as he looks down the lane. The sophomore into the post for Stacic. And now this Princeton offense can go to work.
Looks like he may have had Spencer on the cut there for a second.
Thompson, top of the key, triggers the triple.
It's just wonderful activity in the half court by Campbell. Constant motion, handoffs, cuts, everyone playing into space. Pretty stuff.
Jermaine Morrow up to 20 points, trying to claw his Pirates back here in the second half. Hampton is 6-5 in the league, currently third place right now as Morrow misses on the three. Tough contest by Genzer and a foul against Hampton. That's on Shelton, boxing out Cedric Henderson.
Boy, Morrow's really looking for a shot now, isn't he? More than happy to play into the step back, pull up three-point game. It's tough activity on the glass by Henderson. Again, the Camels have been superb so far tonight, keeping the Pirates off the offensive glass.
When Campbell wins the rebounding battle, 5-2 this season. And tonight, Campbell +8 on the boards.
Just 5 offensive rebounds for Hampton so far, a little over 12 to play.
Messiah Thompson, one of the 9 Campbell players to score tonight, in a resounding home effort. Keep in mind, Campbell at 3-10, currently 11th in the league. That's dead last. Trying to take down the third-ranked team at the moment in Hampton.
They're playing much better than their record indicates tonight. Little floppy set here for Gensler.
Shot clock down to 4. Spencer launches from the moon and finds the triple.
It's a pretty shot. Elbow tucked. Good rotation on that left-handed shot. Good offense again by Campbell.
Trey Spencer chucking it up around 40% from 3 in conference play. He can shoot it.
Multiple threats from deep for Campbell.
Hextall tripping in the lane, and he's fouled on the way up. And fouls on Cedric Henderson. And we have immediate timeout on the court. Campbell up 20 midway through half number 2. More basketball when we return on the ESPN Plus. Welcome back inside Gorina. For more on the Hampton Pirates, we head over to Aaron Summers.
Hampton's in their second year in the Big South, moving from the MEAC, and Coach Edward Joyner said that he learned pretty quickly that every night in the Big South is going to be a battle. Joyner said last season it was like playing a full non-conference slate, and his team really had to learn the other team's tendencies, what their strengths were on the fly. So this season, the Pirates have been able to navigate the Big South a little bit better. He said that they went 9-7 last year in conference play, and he was really hoping for them to have more success this season. Currently 6-5 right now in conference play, Evan.
And Aaron, let's not forget, thank you very much, Hampton won the 2015 and 2016 MEAC title, one of the dominant programs in the league Here they are coming off an 8th place finish last year and right now in 3rd early in their 2nd season.
Yeah, they've been phenomenal so far. They were able to navigate the time of the year when Morrow was hurt. Benjamin Stanley has been obviously a revelation. Hextall's a nice 3rd option. You can see when they have their full complement of players, you can see why they're dangerous offensively.
Our officials are reviewing a foul call here during the timeout break. We have been cleared and ready to go.
Box set here from Hampton. The baseline out of bounds play.
Okay, so back to basketball. Campbell up 20. They have led from the jump here at home, searching for a 4th Big South win. Jermaine Morrow has faced a litany of Camels in the post. Spencer knocks it loose. Nice save by Warren. And the shot clock did not reset. Morrow blows by Thompson. And a blocking foul on McCullough. Possibly a flop called on the junior guard.
Perhaps there. Still a nice help effort there by McCullough. Able to cover up Stanley. Then, oh boy, he may have been there actually. Tough to tell maybe totally from that angle.
McCullough can't believe it. Austin McCullough out of Birmingham, Alabama. And Brian, you be the judge of this call.
He initially had Stanley slides over. Oh, I think that's a charge. Regardless, though,
now it's Warren's turn. Short. Morrow the save into the chest of Spencer.
Nice play by Spencer.
And a nice catch by the former high school wide receiver. Putting those hands to good use. Stacic, the 6'10 Serbian, drawing some contact. Now McCullough floats it home.
Is that a ball don't lie moment there for McCullough?
They'd never tell you that, but I think that's the case. As with McCullough scoring, Campbell has now had 10 different players get on the scorecard today.
Excellent bounce.
Bouncing it off his knee. Thompson ahead of the pack. Out to Henderson. Up with the right no. Messiah Thompson finish.
Man, Campbell's playing with such good energy, good effort tonight. That's the 2nd time now Henderson's missed a layup in transition, and there's been a wide open follow-up. Gensler in the first half. You just saw it again there.
We've seen the likes of Winthrop and Radford be the top 2 teams in the league. The question's been who's at number 3? With Hampton's offensive struggles tonight as Campbell commits a foul on the Morrow drive, who in your minds has stood out as that next tier of team in the Big South?
Well, yeah, it's tough to say. Hampton's body of work is right up there, so let's keep them in the conversation. But yeah, tonight they have not looked great, especially in the second half here. 10 points on 11 shots, not as efficient perhaps as Coach Jordan and the Pirates would like.
Hextall needs a timeout to avoid the 5-second violation. And Campbell's defense continues to be tenacious. This is a 10-0 run for the Fighting Camels. And we'll take the timeout on the court. Campbell up 24 here on ESPN+. Campbell is led by a new Big South high. 8 points from the freshman guard, Messiah Thompson, stepping up when his team needed.
He's been phenomenal. 2 hits from deep tonight. Nice all-around game. 8 points on 5 shots for a guy that sort of in and out of the rotation this season, but he's having a monster game tonight in what has been a wonderful collective effort by the Camels.
Thompson only averaging 5 minutes a game in conference play, and here's Kevin McGeehan going deep into his bench again. 12 players have checked in, including Thompson in 8 minutes. He's got 8 points. Really causing some matchup nightmares for Hampton on the defensive end.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everyone so far for Campbell has really stepped up and has done well. Again, so much purpose, screening, moving without the basketball.
As Stanley can't convert. Stanley had 11 points in the first half. He's yet to score here through 10 minutes of half number 2.
And they've made him earn everything here. That's 11 points on 15 shots for one of the most efficient players in the country. Campbell's made it tough for him tonight, though. They've shown him multiple defenders in the lane.
Now Hampton switches into his zone midway through the second half. And let's not forget Stanley shoots nearly 60%. No answer, though, for this Campbell 10-0 run.
Yeah, and 71% at the rim, too. And he just, again, he has not had his normal efficiency this evening.
How about Thompson letting it fly? Gensler with the rebound. And to the free throw line goes Corey Gensler.
7 boards now for Gensler tonight. He's been everywhere offensively.
This is a motivated Campbell bunch led by their senior captain, Corey Gensler.
There you go. Thompson with a confident pull. Couldn't quite hit it, but Gensler slides in behind Morrow, able to get to the line.
Corey Gensler, one of 2 players in the conference to be top 25 in points, steals, and rebounds. Uber effective player. And Aaron Summers, how about Corey Gensler?
When talking to head coach Kevin McGeehan, he said that while he thinks very highly of Gensler as a player, he thinks so much higher of him as a person. And he might be quiet, but he definitely commands attention when he's on the court. His teammates respect him because of his work ethic and just how hard he works off the court during practice and after games to continue to elevate his play.
There's a reason Corey Gensler has 121 starts in his career ever since he was a freshman at Cary, North Carolina. Gensler misses the second free throw. Lead remains 24. This remains a 10-0 run. Now it's DeAndre Green, new point guard in there for Hampton. And the senior throws it into Stanley. His shot is short. Still 0 points for Stanley in this half.
Yeah, again, great recovery effort defensively there. Hampton tries to go to that little stack Spain pick and roll out of the timeout. It's a favorite of theirs. Well covered on the backside by Campbell, though.
Evan Budrovich and Brian Geisinger with you. Aaron Summers patrolling the sidelines. As Campbell up 24, searching for a 4th Big South win. This is Trey Spencer cutting in. The floater falls.
Nice job by Spencer getting to the gap of the zone.
Hampton the other way, and a nice finish for Griffin.
That's really the first time tonight that Campbell's just totally lost sight of the ball. Good secondary attack by Hampton on the break there.
Griffin had 9 points, all from downtown when these teams last met. A critical bucket to break a 12-0 spurt. Because right now, if you're Campbell, of course, it's going to be difficult to make the top 5 of the standings. They need to string some wins together to preserve this 4-10 start. What must they do to build on this success?
Well, they had their best offensive game of the season in terms of efficiency against Presbyterian on Saturday. They've kept it up again. Just keep building on this. I mean, the movement offensively has been wonderful.
Stočić the block. Thompson all by his lonesome. And a lefty finish for the freshman.
I think even I could have made that one that Thompson was able to throw in there.
That was a 4-on-1 uncontested.
I like those odds.
Backdoor slip to Hextall is poked loose. And Spencer forces a Hampton turnover. Ironically enough, only 4 turnovers for Hampton tonight, but a lot of missed shots.
Yeah, they've taken tough shots, and Campbell's done a good job keeping them off the free throw line so far, too. That's why that efficiency is so low for the Pirates.
A little paralysis by analysis. Hampton at 26% shooting. They lead the Big South in scoring and are top 5 in field goal percentage. An off night as Spencer swings it out to Thompson. Here's the triple, and a rare miss for Campbell in half number 2. Morrow lobs it in. Warren creating space. Beautiful finish.
It's a great play by Morrow on the break. You think he might settle in for a little pull-up there, draws the defender out with his own gravity, slips the pass on by.
Just the 5th assist for Hampton tonight. They are last in the league in assist ratio, but How has Campbell been able to slow down this Pirate offense?
Well, they've thrown numbers at both of their main guys, Morrow and Stanley. We've seen Stanley get doubled on the block. Morrow with good on-ball defense from Clemens.
Kick out to McCullough is perfect.
From Clemens and Whitfield, but it's been the second efforts. I mean, we saw McCullough. He got called for the block here on what could have been a charge a few minutes ago, but it's those help efforts. They're just walling off the paint.
Another steal. Stojic rolls it ahead. Thompson the bounce to Gensler. Corey off his leg, and the senior befuddled by a rare mistake. We have a timeout on the court. Campbell trying to pick up a 4th conference win and an impressive start here in Big South play.
You know, Stojic on the kick out, catch and shoot for McCullough, splash.
Time now for our precision forward play of the game, starting on defense, and Stojic leads the charge.
Again, it's been that help defense all night for the Camels. It's been sensational, leads to the run out. 1 of 10 layups for the Camels tonight as well. And here we are with a little under 7 minutes to play. Campbell has led for almost 32 minutes of this game. A wonderful performance, both ends of the court, from Kevin McGeehan's club.
Big reason why Campbell is out in front by 27, largest lead of the game. Taking on a Hampton team that has just 1 road win in the campaign. Trying to get things rolling here in half number 2. Morrow falls to the floor. More pressure on Jermaine Morrow, who does have 20 points. Oliver Hampton way off. Stanley the finish.
A rare offensive rebound and with a clean putback tonight for Hampton. After the timeout, little 1-4 high look. Iverson cut for Morrow. He slipped, but Stanley able to clean up the mess there.
Jermaine Morrow, very Iverson-esque with his scoring.
Yes.
Right now, top 10 in the country in points per game.
Volume.
Campbell, meanwhile, is balanced. 10 different players have scored, led by 15 from Gensler. McCullough trying to join the party, no. Clemens, the second chance. McCullough, another jack of a 3, and this time it's perfect.
Second corner 3 tonight for McCullough.
He's making a living out there in Bowie's Creek Island, the near corner. Campbell up 28.
9 of 20 shooting from downtown for Campbell this evening, too. A balanced attack.
Speaking of triples, Morrow short. Gensler the rebound. By the way, Corey Gensler 2 rebounds shy of a double-double. Jordan Whitfield back into the game, number 11 in the white for Campbell. In this 4-guard lineup. How about the ball movement tonight? Lucene setting up Gensler. Shot clock under 10. Gensler from the free throw line and splash.
He's been superb, just non-stop movement without the basketball. Campbell looking like the gears on the inside of a watch, just rotating around one another, synchronized up perfectly.
Hextall into the lane. Tough floater, no good, but the offensive rebound.
Good defense by Gensler on the contest.
And as Stanley draws the foul on Lucene, And Stanley now a chance to score his first points in this second half.
Phenomenal
Nation's
effort.
top 10 scorer. How has Campbell corralled him?
Well, again, hats off initially to all the big guys. Lusain's been especially very good. He's contested some shots, blocked a couple shots tonight. But again, this is a team effort. They've cleaned up the offensive glass. Nothing easy. And the help defense has been superb. Hampton loves to look for Stanley on slips, the pick and pop, pick and roll. And there's just been none of that available to them tonight. Some of the switches have been timely and effective, but really just a collective effort from all the help defenders.
Stanley with those 2 free throws, now up to 15 points. As Jesus Carolero comes in, Lusain takes a breather. And now Kevin McGeehan with under 5 minutes to play, going to stretch open that bench and really expand it in these closing minutes. Keep in mind this Campbell team, the fewest points they've given up in league play is 70. That speaks to their defensive effort here tonight.
Sensational against a good offensive club.
McCullough with the miss as the defense holding Hampton to 42 points on 29%. That'd be the worst field goal shooting all year for Hampton.
It's a team effort, good game plan. They had them schemed, ready to roll.
Whoa, and a foul maybe on both ends there as McCullough was yanked. Austin McCullough called for the reach in on Edward Oliver Hampton, the Prince George County, Maryland native.
Here we go. Ooh.
Kind of a hook of the arm there
Yeah.
for Hampton that time.
The elbow got a little high there.
Ed Oliver Hampton returned to the starting lineup in the Campbell matchup 3 weeks ago in Virginia. Now Ladarius Knight comes in, giving McCullough a breather here with 4.5 minutes to play. And if you're Hampton, of course, home success has been excellent, but on the road, now with a loss tonight, going to drop to 1-7 in league play. Hampton still has 3 road games left. What can they do to fix this trend?
That's tough sledding, boy. It'd be nice if they could find a third scorer, or even a 4th or 5th option. The defense, of course, needs to tighten up, but they're so dependent on Stanley and Morrow. Hextall is the 3rd guy.
Knight off the bench for 3, and Campbell's cooking.
I mean, the juxtaposition of Campbell's ball movement and their balance offensively against Morrow and Stanley's usage, jarring tonight.
Big South road teams this year winning at just a 30% clip, and it's been exhibited tonight as Hampton continues to struggle, almost down 30. Morrow through the trees, no good, and Carolero the board.
Morrow trying to post up, perhaps too little too late, forced the shot as well.
Let's not understate it. It's the walk-on, #1 Ricky Clemens guarding the top scorer, #1 if you will, in Jermaine Morrow in the Big South. Knight, catch and shoot. This is his trigger. That is off.
It's good action. Those baseline rub screens free up Knight for the good look. Just couldn't hit it.
Here's Dean. Russell Dean up top to Oliver Hampton. A lot of dribbling for Oliver. No good. Morrow the rebound and a clean finish. He's up to 22.
Yeah, but if you're Campbell, you got no problem giving up tough contested twos like that at this point. Up big with 3 minutes to play.
Hampton was picked 3rd in the preseason poll. Campbell selected 8th. And right now it's Hampton sitting in this 3rd spot. Although with a loss tonight, they'll drop to 6-6. Because Winthrop and Radford, they have a combined 3 losses. That's the top tier of the league. And it's going to be a fight to see who claws ahead with Whitfield fouled hard. Dean the reach in. Someone has to emerge here in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, Radford's really good. Carly Jones is worth the price of admission if you haven't seen him yet. Nice drive there by Whitfield, able to draw the foul, going downhill.
Campbell looks to build on the momentum of a home win tonight. They'll face one of the conference's leaders in Radford. That was a 6-point game on the road last time. What would you expect here this Saturday?
Oh boy, Radford's really good. They've won 5 in a row now. Big win this week over Winthrop, which I believe was their first loss in the Big South this season. 2 of the best guards in the country, or pardon me, in the conference with Travis Fields and Carlik Jones. But if Campbell could get a similar defensive effort to what they've had tonight, that could perhaps key an upset for the Camels.
That game on Saturday is also Chris Clemens Day, where the Camels' all-time leading scorer will be honored. His jersey retired. No relation, but Ricky Clemens, maybe the best defensive player of the night for Campbell, shutting down this potent Hampton attack, averaging nearly 80 a night coming in. And tonight, you see the numbers, 45 points on just 30% shooting.
Clemens has been phenomenal at the top of Campbell's one-on-one man-to-man defense.
Noah Saunders, number 4 in the white. His senior guard comes in late in this game as Kevin McGeehan empties his bench. A nice reprieve for Campbell, who had lost 6 of 7 coming in. Oliver Hampton with the steal, and a chance for a transition dunk is blocked by Carolero, and a foul. And Oliver Hampton to the free throw line.
Boy, nice defensive effort by Oliver Hampton. Nearly got the layup to go in transition as well, too. Here he comes. It's good help there by Carolero, though, to contest, make sure it was no easy buckets here, even late, up 27 points.
This is a Hampton program that grew tremendously, reaching the semifinals of the CIT last year, falling just 1 game short of the championship. They come back from a 5th straight postseason appearance, but right now just not finding their rhythm tonight.
Yeah, they've struggled, and Campbell's done a lot. They forced tough shots. We've seen a lot of off the dribble. You can see the low assist rate for Hampton tonight. Campbell's made them take a lot of shots off the dribble, not off the catch. Wonderful defensive effort from Campbell.
1 for 2 from the free throw line. Because Hampton, they're going to score the basketball. In conference, 83 points tonight. A little bit of a blip on the radar for the Hampton Pirates. It almost seems that Campbell's defense has been more impressive in this performance.
The second half, they've been absolutely terrific, too, after a very productive first half defensively as well.
Carolero looking to create, the freshman. Kicks it out tonight. 3-pointer on the way, and it rolls in.
Another spot-up 3 for Campbell.
Make it 11 players to score for Campbell in this ball game. A productive scoring night for Kevin McGeehan's bunch. Oliver Hampton, little isolation ball. Carolero pokes it loose. Clemens to the floor. Jesus swings it to Saunders. And with under 2 minutes to play, Campbell in no rush to move the basketball. As Ricky Clemens holding on to his ankle. Hope everything's all right for the sophomore of Rollsville, North Carolina.
Dove for the loose ball there. Looks like he may have been rolled up on a little bit.
Ricky Clemens, 5 rebounds, 3 assists in 20 minutes tonight. And even in the closing seconds of this game, diving for the basketball.
You don't like to see an injury with about 100 seconds left, especially when he's played this well. Yeah, it looks like Oliver Hampton may have inadvertently landed on Clemens' leg there.
You see Troy Solly, the athletic trainer, keeping an eye on Ricky Clemens. They call him Slick Rick, earning the starting job 3 games ago.
It's like that right ankle they're tending to.
So Messiah Thompson returns here in the final 2 minutes. There were heavy expectations on Thompson coming out of high school in the Atlanta area. He has 8 points tonight. That's a new Big South high for number 5 in the white.
Atlanta's maybe known a little bit more for football, but a phenomenal basketball city as well, too. He's been good tonight.
Thompson setting up Carolero. His triple is off. And a defensive board for Daniel Bannister. Bannister ahead to Warren. Warren's rejected. And a squeegee. Got it stuck.
Yeah, there you go. Wasn't quite a wedgie, was it? I don't know if it's like that. I feel like on the wedgie, it actually has to be shot into the backboard as opposed to being pinned into that little wedge area.
Let's see. Kerplunk.
Yeah, there you go.
Sound effects.
Yeah, there you go.
Keep in mind, Campbell nearing a 30-point lead as Dan Gross, the sophomore walk-on from Thomasville, North Carolina, checks in. Campbell has now emptied its bench tonight. Here's Shelton popping from 15. Another miss for Hampton. And a nice offensive rebound, Warren. Bannister is stripped and a foul on Thompson. Here in the second half, Hampton shooting just 25%. This is a club that leads the league in scoring. They've had a tough time getting things going.
Yeah, this is an experienced team and a powerful offensive team too, but just a total power outage in the second half. The first half wasn't a whole lot better. But yeah, the Pirates, an off night tonight shooting the basketball, no doubt. But again, and you're seeing the effort defensively. The Campbells have been wonderful, but you're seeing it still playing hard, even with 63 seconds left here, diving for loose balls, trying to force turnovers.
First game in conference play, just telling the nature of the score. So Campbell here with a minute to go, looking to pick up a 4th win in conference play. Be their 2nd in 3 games. A lot of work to do for Kevin McGeehan's club, but a promising performance here at home tonight.
No doubt. Top to bottom, everyone on the bench contributed. Wonderful defense, wonderful offense, efficient on both ends, shared the basketball, help efforts defensively. You really couldn't ask for more if you're a coach, I think.
Thompson off the pick of Saunders, putting on a dribbling display, shuffling it out to Gross. And a shot clock violation for Dan Gross. Campbell turns it over.
It's an excellent pass by Thompson. Bit of a grenade, though, for Gross in the corner. Late clock there, but still a nice find nonetheless.
Campbell with a win tonight will improve to 3-0 all-time in Gore Arena against the Hampton Pirates. And a nice floating finish. Hampton nearing 50 points, a season low and a Big South low, thanks in large part to this Campbell defense.
The help efforts defensively were phenomenal. Not much in the pick and roll tonight. They made Morrow take tough shots away from the hoop. They made Stanley take tough shots, contested at the rim. Hussein was phenomenal. Gensler, terrific two-way production tonight as well.
The fewest points Campbell gives up all season in a resounding victory here over Hampton tonight. As the buzzer sounds, your final score, Campbell 75, Hampton 49. The Campbell Camels, led by a balanced scoring effort, 10 different players score, and a convincing win to move to 4-10 in conference play.
42% three-point shooting tonight, just 7 turnovers. That usually equates to offensive efficiency, and they kept Hampton off the line on the other end as well.
For Campbell, a 2nd straight home win. The Hampton Pirates dropped to 6-6. They continue the road stretch coming up here with 2 more road games this week. And for Campbell, they'll return home on Saturday to take on Radford, but a convincing win tonight. Something Kevin McGeehan must be very happy about.
This is exactly what you want to see before you have to take on Carlik Jones and Travis Fields, one of the most dynamic offensive backcourts, definitely in the Big South, perhaps the entire country. But if they produce like this defensively again, they can make those guys work for their points.
So Campbell with the win, a 4th conference victory, and for more with the winning head coach, we go down to Aaron Summers.
Coach, this is the fewest points you've allowed all season, holding Hampton to just 49, not to mention their top 25 scoring offense in the country. What stood out to you most about your team's defensive effort?
Well, I think we were locked in, and I think we had to move different guys onto Jermaine throughout the game, and each guy gave it everything they had and made him have a harder day than he could have had. He's always going to score, but they did a really good job of giving them different looks and everybody being dialed in when they got their shot.
Speaking of one of those guys that you had on Morrow, guard Ricky Clemens, 3rd straight start tonight. It might not show up in the stat line, but what does he bring to this team defensively?
Yeah, he's a very good defender. Probably our top on-the-ball defender. He's physical, he's tough, just brings the right stuff to our team. And, we've been playing better here, and he has a lot to do with that.
You have to mention the offense as well. 10 players scored tonight. How are you able to bring such a balanced attack?
That's us. We've been balanced all year, so we don't have too many games when guys get more than 20, but we don't have a lot of games where we don't get contributions from everybody, so I'm not surprised. Ball was really moving. I have no idea how many assists we had, but we made some really good passes, and we were moving hard.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Evan.
Thank you, Aaron. A happy Kevin McGeehan tonight as Campbell picks up the win, 75-49. For Brian Geisinger and our hardworking crew, Evan Budrovich signing off from Bowie's Creek. Campbell, a 4th Big South Conference win, and you can watch this game on the archives on ESPN.com. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time from Bowie's Creek.